Hello everyone, this is Vibhuvel from Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Hope you people remember in the last two lectures we started with the Fermi level, which gives us the basic idea of probability of occupancy of an electron at an available energy state E at a particular absolute temperature T. Now what is the use of Fermi level and how it plays a major role in the device physics? This we are going to understand today. The basic use of this Fermi level is to calculate the overall carrier concentration, whether it is electrons or holes in semiconductors. Now how it is used, this we will understand in detail. If we are available with the density of states, then we would be able to calculate the overall carrier concentration with the help of a Fermi-Dirac distribution function. Now how it is there, this is given by an expression like this. So concentration of electrons in the conduction band at equilibrium, where n is the concentration of electrons. This subscript 0 indicates that we are talking about equilibrium condition. Equilibrium condition means there is no source of excitation from the outside except the thermal excitation which is there. So concentration of electrons at a particular, you can say at absolute temperature at equilibrium is given by f of E, which is nothing but a Fermi-Dirac distribution function, and NEDE, where this NED is the density of states per centimeter cube within the energy range DE. Now let us suppose this is our conduction band, or you can say this is our semiconductor. In semiconductor we are talking about a particular conduction band, and we are trying to calculate the overall concentration of electrons in a particular area in the energy range DE. Say let us, this is the energy range DE. Now to calculate the overall carrier concentration within this conduction band, we need to integrate it within the limits of this conduction band. So conduction band started from EC and up to whatever be the upper level. So that's why we calculate the concentration of the electrons from EC up to infinite. Infinite means whatever be the upper limit of this conduction band. So how we will calculate? So this number of electrons that are available per unit volume, you can say in this particular energy range D, this is basically given by the product of density of states that are available there multiplied by you can say product of multiplied by the probability of occupancy. So density of states when get multiplied with the probability of occupancy, that we will get the overall carrier concentration of the electrons in that region. So this is what we have written here. The total electron concentration is the integral over the entire conduction band. This function NE, this is basically can be calculated with the help of quantum mechanics and Pauli exclusion principle. So this expression we need to keep in mind. Just nothing but this carrier concentration is basically the product of Fermi-Dirac distribution function, which gives us the probability of occupancy by an electron and this density of states within the energy range DE. Now one of the most interesting property that we got from this NE, what we observed from the quantum mechanics and Pauli exclusion principle, this NE is basically proportional to the energy range. Now how it is proportional? It is found that n is proportional to e to the power 1 by 2. It means as energy increases within the conduction band, there is a the density of states that are available for the occupancy of an electron, that also increases. So what is stated there? Density of states in the conduction band increases with the electron energy. Again, one more property, one more interesting fact we observed. What was that? That the Fermi function becomes extremely small for these large energies. Now on the one hand we are saying that density of states increases, and on the other hand we are saying that Fermi function becomes extremely small. So what is the overall resultant? The overall resultant is that this increase is there, but this function Fe, it is very very small as compared to the increase in this energy. So the overall FEDE, FENE, it decreases a lot as we move away from the as we move in at the higher energies within the conduction band. So what it says, the product FENE decreases rapidly above EC, and very few electrons occupy the energy states far above within the conduction band. So what it is saying, that at higher energy within the conduction band, the probability is very very less. So that's why the overall product of Fe and Ne becomes very very small. So this is we have make a schematic band diagram for an intrinsic material. We know for intrinsic material the Fermi level lies exactly in the middle of the conduction band and valence band. So this is valence band, this is conduction band. So Fermi level basically coincides with the intrinsic, you can say intrinsic level. So because this is the density of states, so what we understand from quantum mechanics, that this density of state is proportional to e to the power 1 by 2. So as we are moving within the conduction band and valence band, the density of states increases e to the power 1 by 2 for the conduction band, for the valence band itself. Now because this is a Fermi-Dirac distribution function which gives us the probability. So maximum it is 1, this is 0 minimum, so probability lies between 0 and 1, and this is somewhere half. Now because for the intrinsic material it lies at the center, so this is the probability, this is the Fermi-Dirac distribution function of this. So it indicates how at higher energy the probability of occupancy is very small. So we can see as we are moving away from the conduction, as we are moving within the conduction band away from the EC level to the higher energies, the probability of occupancy is very small. So it is like somewhat like this. Same is the case in the in case of holes. Probability of occupancy of holes within the valence band is very small as we are moving away from the within the this valence band. So this is the basically indicating the overall concentration of the electrons as well as holes in conduction band and valence band. This light shade region is representing the holes, dark shade region is representing the electrons within the conduction band and valence band respectively. And this is the overall carrier concentration. We can see both of them are equal, because for intrinsic material as we understand in the intrinsic material that there are no lattice defects and electron holes pair, and EHP, electron and holes, always generated in pairs. So rate of recombination as well as generation, they are equal. So that's where we are getting the equal concentration. So this E scale is nothing but refers to the electron energy. So this is about the how to calculate the carrier concentration using Fermi-Dirac distribution function, and when the density of available energy states are known to us with the help of quantum mechanics. Now we will understand the same for the extrinsic materials. Now in extrinsic materials it depends which particular doping we did. If it is you can say column 5th impurity, arsenic, phosphorus, antimony, bismuth, then we will get n-type impurity. And if it is column 3rd impurity like boron, boron, aluminium, then it is a then it is acceptor type impurity. So when it is n-type material, donor type impurity, Fermi level lies well above the intrinsic level. So because this is EV, this is EC, so intrinsic level lies somewhere here. But Fermi level, because concentration of electrons are more, so our Fermi level will shift towards the conduction band. As usual, density of states, what we understand that density of state is proportional to e to the power 1 by 2. So it is usually as like this. Now this is the Fermi-Dirac distribution function for the this n-type material. So as we are moving within the conduction band at the higher energies, the probability of occupancy is very small. So concentration will become small at higher energies. So same is the case with the holes as well. Because it is n-type materials, obviously major portion of the conduction, major portion of the current carriers is because of the electrons only. So concentration of electrons is more, concentration of holes is less. Now on the other hand, in the p-type material, intrinsic level will shift towards the Fermi level will shift away from the intrinsic level towards the valence band, because the concentration of holes is more. So intrinsic level got shifted from the intrinsic level, and this Fermi level shifted towards the valence band. So this is as usual, n is proportional to e to the power 1 by 2, and this is the Fermi-Dirac distribution function within the 0 and 1. Because this is p-type material, so majority carriers are holes, so concentration of holes is more as compared to the concentration of electrons. So overall concentration, what is overall concentration? Overall concentration is basically integration of within the limits of that either conduction band or valence band, and product of density of states and the Fermi-Dirac distribution function within the energy range. So if this is the concentration of electrons, then negative of this will give us the concentration of holes. So negative of this will, so we will density of states as usual, so 1 minus Fe would give us the concentration of holes. So where E scale is nothing but refers to the electron energy. So the above whole schematic, whether it is for the intrinsic material, for the extrinsic material, n-type or p-type, it is basically for the, we are talking about equilibrium condition. Equilibrium condition means there is no source of excitation from the outside except the thermal excitation, which is somewhat available at absolute temperature. So what we have assumed that this Fermi levels, which are in case of n-type material, they lies below the conduction band. In case of p time it lies above the valence band. These are several levels of kT. kT means where k is the Boltzmann constant and T is the absolute temperature. So what we have assumed here that Fermi level lies at least several kT below conduction band and several kT above the valence band. So if we can check this kT, value of kT, it is the absolute temperature, and this k is Boltzmann constant. If we will try to calculate it, we'll get at room temperature it is approximately 0.026 electron volt. Now we'll try to utilize it further. We know the expression of the Fermi Dirac distribution function Fe, which gives us the probability of occupancy of an electron at absolute temperature of a particular available energy state E. So this is E minus EF upon kT. Now for the conduction band, this Fe becomes FEC, and this becomes EC. So it becomes F of EC minus EF upon kT. Now because this Fermi level lies several kT below the conduction band, so this expression is very large. EC minus EF is large, so we can neglect this one in comparison to the e to the power EC minus EF upon kT. So EC is very large as compared to EF, so we will neglect it and it becomes 1 upon e to the power EC minus EF upon kT. Now we'll take this denominator on the front and we will get F of EC is equal to e to the power minus of EC minus EF upon kT. So concentration of electrons in the conduction band is basically available energy state into product of product of probability of occupancy. Now probability of occupancy is this we calculated. How about the product of states? Product of states is basically Ne. Now because we are dealing with the conduction band, so we put a subscript C. Now this Nc is not available energy states. This is basically effective density of states. Now what is this effective density of states? It represents all the distributed electron states in the conduction band. All the distributed electron states in the conduction band. Just mind it. So this overall carrier concentration N naught, this is basically product of density of states with the probability of occupancy of that. So this is about the concentration of electrons. In the same manner, we will try to calculate the concentration of holes. So what is the concentration of holes? This is basically effective density of states of holes in the valence band and then product of this Fermi Dirac distribution function. So we will got this expression like this. Like here, because Fermi level lies well above the valence band, so there it was EC minus EF, so here it will become EF minus EV, because Fermi level is above the valence band and their conduction band is above the Fermi level. Now product of these two will at equilibrium is constant, so N naught P naught, N naught what we calculated here and P naught that we are calculating here. So N naught P naught at a particular at equilibrium is constant for particular material and at particular temperature. If we don't vary even if the doping conditions are varied. So N naught P naught we will give the expression, this N naught P naught is equal to NC into NV e to the power, this EF got cancelled, so it will become EC minus EV. Now if you can see here, this EC minus EV is nothing but a band gap, so we are representing this EC minus EV by the band gap E, where G subscript indicates the gap. So N naught P naught becomes NC NV e to the power minus EG by KT. Now further, for intrinsic materials, this EF lies this EF coincides with the this you can say intrinsic level, so this Ni becomes Nc e to the power EC minus E. Instead of EF we are writing EI, so EI by KT. Similarly for holes where I indicates, subscript I indicates intrinsic materials we are talking about, so this becomes Nv e to the power Ei minus Ev upon KT. Why? Here the conduction band is several levels above the intrinsic level. Here the intrinsic level is several KT above the intrinsic level, and here intrinsic level is several KT above the valence band. So here conduction band is several KT above intrinsic level. Here intrinsic level is several KT above the valence band. So if we can multiply this for the equilibrium condition, NiPi becomes Nc Nv to the power Ec minus Ev upon KT. Again, Ec minus Ev is nothing but the Eg. So we'll put here. One more interesting fact. We know that for intrinsic material, this Ei coincides with the Ef, and they are at the middle of the band gap. So what we'll get? This we can put here Eg by 2. So since intrinsic electron and hole concentration are equal, so carriers are created in pairs, so therefore Ni is equal to Pi. So Ni square, this Ni Pi equal, so Ni square Nc Nv e to the power Eg upon KT. So we can just taking square root on the both side and we'll get this one. So what it indicates that EC minus EI, this is equal to EG by 2. This is a very, very interesting fact, that intrinsic level EI is the middle of the band gap if the effective density of states NC and NB are equal. And one more thing, just keep this thing in mind, that the intrinsic carrier concentration for silicon at room temperature is approximately 1.5 into 10 to the power 10 per centimeter cube. Also the equation, we can write the equation this, if we can try to relate this equation G and J, but we'll get the overall expression this N naught is equal to Ni e to the power EF minus EI upon KT. Similarly for P naught, Pi e to the power EI minus EF upon KT. Now what it indicates, in case of when we are trying to calculate the concentration of electrons, the Fermi level is above the intrinsic level, and in case of holes the Fermi level is below the intrinsic level. So this is in case of conduction band for calculation of carrier concentration of electrons. This is in case of valence band for calculating the concentration of holes in the valence band. So what it indicates, this carrier concentration N naught, it increases exponentially as the Fermi level moves away from EI towards the conduction band. So what it is indicating, that as Fermi level moves away from the intrinsic level, as EF is moving away from EI, so EF minus EI will give some value. So this N naught increases exponentially as Fermi level moves away from EI. Similarly, this P naught increases as intrinsic level moves away from as EF moves away from the intrinsic level in case of the valence band, towards the valence band. So these equations gives the qualitative measurement of the carrier concentration. So this is all about the Fermi level, its usage to calculate the overall carrier concentration. Just go through it. If you have any doubt, drop a message. Thank you.